So back in the day, I was working for Ensemble Studios, and at this point, we were completely owned by Microsoft. Our job was to make million-selling games, and their job was to publish them. That was all the well. The agreement was that Microsoft couldn't directly micromanage Ensemble Studios. We were sort of not independent, but like we had, a autonomy. Anyway, 2006, I was the lead designer for The War Chiefs, a new expansion for Age of Empires 3, which had sold millions of copies. One day, my producer came to me and said, "Sandy, Microsoft just realized that they are attending a game festival in Barcelona, Spain." This was like a week away, and we said, "No, it's a week away, it's tough. They want to show off the game expansion, and they want someone to go and do it, and you're the obvious choice. They know they can't force us to go, so they said that if you'll agree to go, you can either choose to fly first class or bring your wife." Well, that's a no-brainer. My wife speaks fluent Spanish. I know in Barcelona they also speak Catalan, but surely they don't expect Americans to speak Catalan. And first class, I think, is for suckers. They pay an extra $500 to get a shrimp salad, right? Anyway, I said, "My wife, I'm in." I told my wife she was super excited for the trip. Then, just 3 days before the trip, the producer comes back to me and he says, "Sorry, Sandy, the Microsoft accountant looked at the numbers, the bean counter, he says it's too expensive, so you can't bring your wife." Apparently, to save $1,000 on her ticket, they backstabbed me. So I didn't shoot the messenger. It's not my producer's fault, right? I just said, "Hey, no problem. They can save even more money because now I'm not going to go." And the producer grinned because he was a good guy. And what happened is that a Microsoft bean counter decided all on his own that a trip to Barcelona was a good enough perk. I didn't need anything else because of course I'd want to go. And the rest of my team heard about me refusing, so none of them would go either. I didn't ask them to do this, they were just loyal. Then he came back one day later, now 2 days for the question, and said, apparently the bean counter was aghast that I didn't want to go in then. And he was like, "Oh no, now what? Microsoft is going to let you bring your wife. It will cost them an extra $4,000 for the tickets because they're ordering late," which did not make me feel guilty because their plan to save $1,000 cost them $3,000 more, which I know their accounting department hates. Now, if in case you're wondering why I wasn't super excited to go to Barcelona by myself, it's because I was going to a game convention and I knew that my time there would be spent in a big windowless room with other game nerds. That's what it was. I went to the windowless room with the game nerds while my wife was going through Barcelona, seeing the Picasso Museum, checking things out. Now the evenings I get to go and do things with her, eat paella, squid ink paella and stuff. So that was the event, and that's where the Microsoft bean counter, who didn't know anything about game conventions, I guess, screwed up.